Hello, my name is Kenny Seifert, and I am the Mission Director of Football Officials. I want to welcome you to the 2019 season, along with strongly encouraging all athletic directors, coaches, and officials to take time and watch this PowerPoint video audio presentation, which has been prepared by Kevin Costello from the Southwest Missouri Football Officials Association. The purpose of the presentation is for the benefit of play clock and game clock operators, along with football officials and coaches, as it relates to the change of the 40-25 second play clock. It is MSHA's expectation for all ADs and coaches to sit down with their respective play clock and game clock operators to view this presentation. In addition, in order for this to be a smooth transition, it is 100% imperative that the referee meets with both the play clock and the game clock operators 30 minutes prior to the start of the contest to discuss the changes and answer any questions. I highly recommend that the referee bring to that meeting additional copies of the MSHA 40-25 game clock play clock procedures and the NFHS General Instructions for Football Game and Play Clock Operators documents that were shared with all officials and athletic directors, along with being made available on the MSHA website under Activities in the Sport of Football. Although the play clock and game clock operators should already have a copy of these documents from their respective athletic directors, this process can only reiterate the importance of all parties being on the same communication with this rule and mechanics change. Athletic directors should make sure that a hard copy of these documents are available in the press box at the location of the game and play clocks. The ultimate reason for the change to the 40-25 second play clock is to have a more consistent time period between downs. The NFHS Rules Committee approves situations where 40 seconds will be placed on the play clock. The new rules define when 40 seconds and when 25 seconds will be placed on the play clock. Because of the rule change, the need to update the language in the rulebook was necessitated. Rule 2-35 on page 37 of the NFHS rulebook now reads, "Ready for play signifies the ball may be put in play by either a snap or a free kick with 25 seconds or 40 seconds on the play clock. The determining factor of whether it is 25 or 40 seconds will be covered in the next several slides in this presentation." Rule 3-6-1A, number 1, defines the 6 scenarios of when 25 seconds will be placed on the play clock and will begin on the ready for play signal. 25 seconds will be placed on the play clock and will begin on the ready for play signal. Prior to a try following a score, to start a period or overtime series, following administration of an inadvertent whistle, following a charged timeout, following an official's timeout, as in 3-5-7 or 3-5-10, except for 3-5-7B, which is a first down, and following the stoppage of the play clock by the referee for any other reason. Other than the 6 scenarios just described in the previous slide that require a 25-second play clock, 40 seconds will be placed on the play clock, and the play clock will start when the ball is declared dead by a game official. Rule 3-6-1B defines when the ball is ready for play. The ball is ready for play under 2 situations. 1, when the ball has been placed for a down and the referee marks the ball ready for play after giving the ready for play signal. Or 2, starting immediately after the ball has been ruled dead by a game official after a down, the ball has been placed on the ground by the game official, and the game official has stepped away to position. Starting the 40-second play clock immediately is to be interpreted as starting the 40 seconds as quickly as the covering official signals the end of the down using one of 3 signals. Signal number 3, which is the timeout signal. Signal number 7, this is the dead ball signal with one arm straight up. Or signal number 10, this is the incomplete pass signal. These are the only 3 signals a play clock operator should expect at the end of a down prior to the 40-second play clock starting. Here are illustrations of those three signals to be used when the 40-second play clock is to be utilized. Signal number 3, the timeout signal. This signal will be used following a first down or a play that went out of bounds. Signal number 7, the dead ball signal with one arm straight up. This signal will be used following the end of a run. And signal number 10, the incomplete pass signal. This signal will be used following an incomplete pass. Example number 1 of a play situation that requires a 40-second play option. The Team A offensive runner is stopped in bounds short of a first down. The game clock continues to run, and the 40-second play clock is started immediately except at the end of a fourth down. The next slide will show a video example of this play. This is a running play that resulted in the player being downed in bounds and short of a first down. Notice the official using signal number 7, which is a straight arm up in the air dead ball signal. This is the same play from a different angle. The game clock will continue to run. However, when the official gives the dead ball signal, the play clock is immediately reset to 40 seconds and continues to run in anticipation for the next play. Example number 2 of a play situation that requires a 40-second play option. Team A runner is stopped in bounds beyond the line to gain for a first down. The game clock is stopped for the first down, and the 40-second play clock is started immediately. The referee will then restart, silent wind the game clock, no whistle involved, as quickly as the football is placed on the ground and ready for play. This play demonstrates a runner who has been tackled in bounds with his progress being beyond the line to gain and therefore resulting in a first down. Because of the runner advancing past the line to gain, the official immediately stops the game clock with signal number 3. Notice that the game clock stops at 10:53, but the play clock is immediately set at 40 and begins to run. The official also motioned for the chain crew to move quickly to reset the chains for the next set of downs. Example number 3 of play situations that requires a 40-second play option. Team A runner goes out of bounds, or Team A fumbles the ball out of bounds, or Team A has a backward incomplete pass that goes out of bounds. In all three of these situations, the game clock is stopped and the 40-second play clock is started immediately. The game clock will not start again until the next legal snap. In this play, we have a runner who goes out of bounds. The official immediately uses signal number 3 to stop the game clock at 10:53. The play clock is immediately reset to 40 seconds and continues to run. The game clock will begin at the next legal snap. Now we have a running play that results in a fumble. As the fumble rolls out of bounds, the official stops the game clock and the play clock is reset to 40 seconds. The game clock will begin at the next legal snap. This incomplete backward pass, which results in the same as the previous play that had a fumble go out of bounds, requires the official to stop the clock. The game clock is stopped and the play clock is reset to 40 seconds. The game clock will begin at the next legal snap. Hopefully, on all of these plays, you are noticing how quickly the officiating crew is working to get the ball back to the umpire in order to get it set and ready for play. Example number 4 of a play situation that requires a 40-second play option. Team A has an incomplete legal forward pass. The game clock is stopped and the 40-second play clock is started immediately. The game clock will not start again until the next legal snap. This incomplete forward pass results in both officials giving the incomplete pass signal, which is signal number 10. Notice the game clock stopping immediately at 6:15 as a result of the incomplete signal. The play clock is immediately set to 40 seconds. The game clock will not start again until the next legal snap. Note, on this play, the 40-second was reset as the officials blew their whistle and started to make their signal. We strongly encourage all play clock operators to be slow as opposed to fast on the 40-second clock reset. Feel free to count 1001, 1002 prior to the reset. Example number 5 of a play situation that requires a 40-second play option. A double change of possession during the down occurs, resulting in Team A in possession at the end of the down. The game clock is stopped for the first down, and the 40-second play clock is started immediately. The game clock may then be started, a wind with no whistle, otherwise known as a silent wind, or not, depending on whether out of bounds was a factor. In this play, we have an interception. However, the player then proceeds to fumble the ball back to Team A, resulting in Team A with a first down. The game clock is stopped for a first down, and the 40-second play clock is started immediately. The game clock will then be started with the referee's wind, but no whistle, again, the silent wind. Following a first down in bounds, a silent wind is required from the referee to start the game clock immediately after the umpire places the ball on the ground. It is vitally important that the play clock operator must always be ready for the referee to reset the 40-second play clock to 25 seconds if and when the 40 seconds has run down below 25 seconds and the football is still not yet on the ground for the next down. The referee's signal for this is a pumping motion with one hand up and down near his head. In the following example, we can't get the ball boy to get us the ball in time. We have an incomplete pass on this play that results in a 40-second reset of the play clock. In addition, there seems to be some difficulty in the ball boy getting the ball back to the official in a timely manner. As you can see, we have 22 seconds remaining on the play clock before the umpire has an opportunity to set the ball. In this situation, the referee will give a one-arm upward pumping motion, and the play clock operator will reset the play clock to 25 seconds, and the play clock will begin with the referee's ready for play signal. It is highly likely as we transition to the 40-second play clock, clock operators will fail to properly set the play clock at 40 seconds. If this should happen, the referee will indicate to the play clock operator to reset the play clock to 40 seconds by a pumping motion with both hands up and down near his head. Per Rule 7-2-1, after the ready for play, each player of Team A who participated in the previous down and each substitute for Team A must have been momentarily between the 9-yard marks before the snap. The following situations will result in a 25-second play clock that is not started immediately at any time. Either team is granted a timeout, any down that involves a score, any down that involves a legal kick, team possession changes during or after a down, an inadvertent whistle, any foul occurs, play is stopped for an injured player, a player's helmet has come completely off, a measurement for a first down, the beginning of any period, an untimed down. This list includes most every 25-second play clock situation, but an extremely rare situation is also possible. Example, a dog runs across the field, the lights go out, or we have weather conditions. We want to again give a special thanks to Mr. Kevin Costello from the Southwest Missouri Football Officials Association with the creation and development of this outstanding presentation. In addition, we want to thank all of those that aided in helping with this video: the NFHS, MISHA, the Kickapoo High School football program, which includes the athletic director Scott Phillips, the coaching staff, and especially the players, Dan Murphy, Southwest Missouri Football Officials Association, for his coordination of the site, Steve Wynn, the videographer, John Raybon, Southwest Missouri Football Officials Association, for his editing, and last but not least, the Southwest Missouri Football Officials Association for their efforts. I hope this presentation will give guidance to the play clock and game clock operators, along with enhancing the communication between the officials and the clock operators as it relates to the 40-25 second play clock. I want to wish everyone an outstanding 2019 football season. Thank you.